Hi there. Here we are, the final day of DaRichMan's 12 Days of Christmas. Um, I don't even know why I'm doing that. We're talking about The Grinch, my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Has great sentimental value to me. Let's go down a little bit, up a little. That's the ticket. This movie, my first time I remember seeing it was uh, down in Kentucky at my grandma and grandpa Mattingly's house. They're no longer with us, but this movie always makes me think of them and family and important stuff for Christmas. I know it's The Grinch. It's not that serious of a film, but to me, well, it's The Grinch. Jim Carrey's Grinch, of course. Ron Howard's The Grinch, starring Jim Carrey. You know what I mean. Um, but that movie, I tear up towards the end. I would explain the plot, but like he steals Christmas. It's literally how the Grinch stole Christmas. It's pretty simple. Although this does give him a little more backstory and stuff. Uh, this movie will always be important to me. It'll always fill my heart with joy. Uh, cause, cause I remember the people I love and care about. As sappy as that sounds, this movie is important to me. It always will be. And yeah. Yeah. I I forgot what I was gonna say next. Uh I try to watch it every year. There's just it is Christmas to me. That is the one movie I don't want to go without every year. I remember I really loved it as a kid when it first came out. I got a couple toys. Um, my eye is actually, there's something in my eye. Hang on. But one was like, if you remember the scene when he like gets on that small car and like Tiny Who's run away. Um, I had like a remote control version of that. And then there was one where you had to it was like a sloped toy where you had like at the top of it was the sleigh and it was going down the hill and you had to like move it so to avoid obstacles. Um I wasn't very good at that. But yeah. It's important to me. I remember all the old commercials, like for Ritz crackers or like cell phones or whatever, and I remember the like advertisements for the movie with the like music that, and it's just it was very important to me as a kid, and it never stops being important to me. It is without a doubt my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Is it the best? That's subjective. But it is the one that's closest to my heart and means the most to me. Um, and I can sometimes sound like the Grinch who stole Christmas. I practiced this voice a lot in my life. Um, but I love it. And I will never stop loving it. It's, it's important. It reminds me of what's important in life. I'm just sitting here, like, moving my thumbs like this, thinking, trying to plan out what I say the best way possible. Be more mindful and thoughtful about my words. Because I know it's the funny Grinch, Jim Carrey Grinch movie to most people, but sentimental value, man. I really love this movie. I, yeah, probably means more to me than it really should, but like, this is why Goosebumps is also important to me. Bringing it to a little bit to the Halloween side, because Goosebumps, my first time watching it, or remember watching it, was down in Kentucky as well. It was a part of my earlier memories in life, and so, well, yeah, that reminds me of Grandma and Grandpa Mattingly. So, yeah, it it's a good movie. So being able to experience it there just means a lot. And being able to remember that being down there in that house, it is important to me. It's very important to me. And I'm glad I get to go back to that time and place just for a little bit. Even if the memory is very faded at this point, I think back on that and I remember them. And I I feel that warmth in my heart. The warmth of Christmas, or however you want to call it. The warmth of family on Christmas. It is. It's something I cherish. Being with family on Christmas. Anyways, wow, it feels like I've been talking for a lot longer. But yeah, the movie is also really good. Jim Carrey knocks it out of the park. Sorry, I got really sentimental for most of this video. I want to really just make it, like, point out how important this movie is to me. Possibly even close to my favorite movie of all time. But yeah, Jim Carrey, fucking hilarious as always in this movie. I was all sentimental, and I'm like, yeah, fucking hilarious. No, Jim Carrey always knocks that out of the park, and I've heard it both ways. That I've heard talk that when he pulled the tablecloth off, everything was supposed to fall over, and that's why he went back and knocked everything down, and flipped the table. And then I heard, oh, that's actually not true. That's a fake made up thing. So anyone who wants to, if you ever get a chance to ask Jim Carrey and maybe get a recording of that way you hear it from him. This is better be important. Oh, it's Buddy. This was actually kind of important. My brother was asking if I work. My brother, who's going to be here, was asking if I work tomorrow, and I do. So I do. So what was I talking about? The Grinch, and how he stole Christmas. There was thoughts in my head and I forgot. Yeah, Jim Carrey, hilarious. If you guys, hey Jim Carrey, if you're watching this, I doubt you're watching my little video from like a 200 something subscriber channel. But if you're watching this, Jim Carrey, could you like make it post a video online of you saying like, yes, that scene was me tipping the table over, trashing everything, tipping the table over. That was improvised, or no, that wasn't improvised. That was supposed to happen. That was in the script. Could you just let us know that way? Because like I would love for that to have been improvised because you're hilarious. But if it was in the script, that's also good. That's good writing then. But and I love people. I guess it was like this infamous clip of him like talking during like the interview for the Sonic movie, and he like does the face, and he just says parents like, "Oh, I thought that was the makeup." It's like, no, that's all Jim Carrey. He just has that kind of face. He does great stuff. He does great stuff. That Jim Carrey. Very funny man. Shit. What else was I gonna say? The atmosphere, like the set was also really great. I loved the whole, all of it. It's a good movie. I love it. And probably what puts it at number one above Elf is the sentimental value for me. It got there first. It hit me with the 1-2 punch. It's a great movie and it's sentimental, so that's why it's got number one place in my heart. Elf, though, is also fantastic, but nothing beats the Grinch for me. It will always be the Grinch. And that he is, in my opinion, the definitive Grinch. I love the original cartoon one. That's great. That does have some sentimental value to me as well. And then the Benedict Cumberbatch Illumination one is a movie. No, it's good, but it's not. I guess I don't think it'll ever. For me, it'll never hold up. It'll never hold a candle to the original Grinch movie, the live-action one, I should say. Because technically, the original was the cartoon from years ago. That's like a half-hour special, but. And Anthony Hopkins is the narrator. Was great. The whole thing was just. Oh, and one thing that is true: the CIA training torture. There's video of him like saying like, yeah, I had to train with like CIA like interrogation specialists, like learn how to deal with the gruelingness of putting the makeup on, the grueling experience. And the one thought he was going through is, it's for the children. It's for the children. My childhood self thanks you so much, Jim Carrey. That movie will always be important to me. What was I talking about? Like, I want to watch Elf again now. Elf, I want to watch more Christmas. I just want to rewatch Christmas movies now. Now that Christmas is over, because I've still got another few weeks, because we're doing a late Christmas. 24 days from today. Sorry, the math, and I did the math earlier, and like I had to show my math knowledge, because, I'm getting off track. This movie is great. If you don't like it, that's your opinion, and you're completely entitled to it. I say that a lot, don't I? It's, you don't like this thing I like, then that's your opinion, you're fully entitled to it. Because, you shouldn't hate on someone because they don't like the thing you like. Same thing with, like, food. With food, it's slightly different, because, Like, oh, you don't like that food I like? Okay, more for me. Or like, oh, I don't like that food you like, but that means more for you. I will not be having it. If there's some in the area up for grabs, like, you can have that. I don't want it. You know, it's always a positive way to look at things. Um, Sidetracked again. The Grinch. I love it. I'm gonna watch it every year. Maybe not on Christmas Day because I watched it today, the day I'm recording this, Christmas Day. Um, and yeah, this movie is, in my opinion, fantastic. It's beautiful. It, people have pointed out the irony of like it. It points out that no, you don't need all the presents and commercials and isn't the main point of Christmas. And then buy the plushie, buy this chair, buy the thing, buy that. But like you know, they're gonna market it to see like, hey, if you want to buy the merch, buy the merch, but or the merchandise. But still, I love it. Makes me happy every year. Thank you guys for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, or I hope you had a Merry Christmas, because we're kind of at the end of the clock now. Yeah. Hope you had a very Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. And to all, a good night.